I was an angel.
Me too. I was one of the best kids there ever was.
I'm going to tell you like I tell everybody else. We had a few problems, but they never done anything that was what you call really serious. They did a few little mischievous things and that stuff, but I often think how lucky we were that that's all they ever did, was just a few little things. Of course, now some of them are doing stuff that I wish they would quit and kind of revise their life a little bit and start going to church a little bit more and probably stop having so much of that spiritual stuff that they, instead of going to church to get it, they get it out of a bottle, that there kind of stuff. I kind of wish that they would stop that. And but on a whole, no, I cannot complain about our children.
I didn't say complain.
No,
Tell me
but-
stories about him.
Well, it was a family growing up. I don't know. I don't know what else I can say. It was just a family life. So after they got old enough to work in the garden, we had a great big garden. And when I leave that night when I come home, I tell the kids, now I want this many rows done tomorrow. When I get home, they were done. And when I had dahlias, I guess it was, or dahlias, or some kind of a flower that I got them from Grandma, from my mother. And you put them bury the roots in the ground, and I had them all around the garden. And I used to dig them out and dry them in the, who's that?
It's me.
Oh yeah? And dry them and put them in the basement and plant them in the spring. And one year I said to Mike, you dig Mike. I dug them out and I said to Mike, now you pick them up for me because it's supposed to freeze tonight. And I said, I suppose Mike figured I'm done picking them gall darn things up. He don't need that many of them. And he left them out overnight and they froze. So it was a good thing because that was a lot of work, hauling them dang things in and out of the basement every summer and that. So every spring and fall and that. So yeah, but they'd have the garden done and they'd have the lawn cut. Yeah. And they picked cherries, picked berries, and they babysat, and they bought most of their own clothes. Otherwise, because their mother stayed at home, took care of them. The only time she worked out was hard work, picking cherries, apples, and stuff like that. And she was a good seamstress. One wedding, she had all 5 of the girls dressed in the same clothes. And she made her own dresses. And she made a dress for our godchild, Julie. And then Julie wanted her to make, I don't know what gown it was for something, but that there she wouldn't attempt to do. And Michael, he never had a bit of trouble finding work. And the people that he worked for, Dick Johnson, them used to say that he works like a man, loading hay and that stuff. And my father, when you mowed hay for him, baled hay, you had to have it like a cement floor, so you didn't slip in between the cracks. And he used to say, anybody that mows hay away, put Mark and Mike in the mow, and you won't have to worry about falling through cracks. So, yeah. And the kids, like I say, the kids bought practically all their own clothes from their babysitting money and whatever. They worked out cleaning rooms, and Clarice Ripp used to say that Mike was the best berry picker that she had. And there was I don't know what break it was, time break, but he'd sing for him then. So she said, that they used to have, when she met him the first time he came home, Clarice gave him a great big hug because he was that's my good berry picker, she used to say, yeah. Then he worked for Clyde Weber shaking cherries. And he enjoyed that to no end. And the first check he got was, I don't know, it was $200 some or $300 some dollars. And he was going to cash it and spend it. And his mother said, no, you give me that. So she cashed it and she put it in the savings. So it's paid off for all of them. They're all good workers in that. So no regrets whatsoever. Yeah.
You're just saying that because 2 of them are here.
No. I mean it. No. We
Never got fired from a job.
no. The kids. I like I say, I know whether it wasn't 100% all the time, but There was nothing what you could call really, really serious or anything. Not compared to other kids in that. Yeah. And when I tell them they had to be home at a certain time, 99% of the time they were.
And what happened if they weren't?
Well, they get grounded. And one time I gave your mother a crack on the rear end and my hand stung. I don't know what her rear end felt like. Or something that she had did that I wasn't too happy with, so. But. And I think she probably remembers that. Then one time she pulled something at school. And she could not figure out how come that she didn't get punishment from school. Because the rest of the kids that did it, they got punished up at school. And I don't know if I ever told her, I think I did, that Mr. Bob said the reason why he didn't was because he knew she was going to get punished at home. So,
What did she do?
no, one of those little things. See,
You had to
Jeannie?
deal with the woods, didn't it?
See, Jeannie, now I'm telling on you a little bit. So you better listen up, Jeannie. Yep. No, it was like I say, it was nothing really serious. Yeah. Okay, shut it off, my dear.
All right.